one of the things is interesting is a bit of an example of how innovation or some challenges around software can lead to improvements. And early on, the curriculums that were brought to us for e-learning all had the pass mark set at 80%, which we thought was quite curious given the nature of some of the topics and how critical it was for some staff like WMIS or Sun Safety or other programs like that. And I can't even imagine bloodborne pathogens not being higher than 80% success to actually get through and pass the course. So it seems like the standard within the e-learning industry is to have this 80% threshold. We early on, and it was a bit of a programming challenge to set it so that 80% could actually go through and pass because of the various individual quizzes that we were doing in the software. So at that time, I proposed to one of our clients, said, wouldn't it be better if we made it 100%? And rather than just making it 100%, making it really hard for people because it's 100%, why don't we help them out? Because my understanding, I've been fortunate enough over my career to actually do a lot of customer satisfaction training and customer service training, and I've actually trained about 7,000 people through various workshops. So my understanding of people going through these types of learning situations is that 80% is generally the common sense stuff that most people know or they can get first time around. The 20% is the stuff that isn't common sense, or the stuff that they don't learn the first time around, maybe not even the second time around, but it is the most dangerous information to not know. So when I originally proposed this, because of this technical issue with how the programming worked, when I first proposed this with the client to say, can we have 100%? And they said, well, I don't know, if that might make it pretty hard for the staff to go through. And I said, well, no. What we're going to do is we're going to make it 100%, but we're going to present the material in whatever manner that material is presented. We're going to offer the quiz. Let's say it's 5 questions, and then the next page we're going to let them know how they did. If they got all 5 questions correct, wonderful, congratulations, you're on to the next module or the next section. But if you got one of them wrong, we would tell you which one you got incorrect. And then we would take you to a page that showed you just the material related to that question so that you could focus your attention on that material and learn it. Because ultimately, that's the point of e-learning, learning the material. They would go through, they would review that, and then they would be represented that one question that they answered incorrectly the first time. People loved the idea. Staffers who were going through the program thought it was also really good because they too wanted to get 100%, and they wanted to know when they got something wrong what it was that they got wrong. And a lot of the e-learning programs weren't giving them that. So it was almost, some of them were second guessing themselves, like, well, I got 80%, that's great, but I don't know which ones I got wrong. And so we solved this by accident, but we solved it, and I think we helped to raise the bar a little bit and introduce a new best practice in e-learning programs. And now all of our e-learning courses are all 100% requirement to go through, and I think that speaks really well about the client partners that we work with, their willingness to say, yeah, let's step it up. Let's do something more than just the norm, more than just the average, but let's make sure that we are, in fact, educating everybody equally and to the max.